Welcome back to our love story part 2. As you can see, we are from different backgrounds, cultures, values, and beliefs. Believe it or not, we do have some similarities when it comes to the way we were raised.
Exactly.
For example, my parents taught me that if you cannot pay cash for something, it means you cannot afford it.
That's right. We used to call it the never never because you would probably never pay it back. But we were taught don't live beyond your means.
Right. Same thing. So our beliefs there very aligned. I had to buy my own, pay for my first car.
And so did I. And I had to pay for my own insurance.
Right.
And I think I had to pay for because I took some lessons and I had to pay for them as well.
Right.
Because my dad was teaching me first of all, and I don't know anybody who's had their parents teach you, but it's not good. It was not really working out for me, so I thought, let me take a few lessons and then take my test.
Right. So there we we speak the same language when it comes to if you cannot pay
Afford
cash for it, it means you cannot afford it.
That's right, because if you haven't got the cash.
So that's one thing that actually helps us when it comes to our finances, because
we think exactly
alike.
I think
alike.
This helps in a marriage anyway.
Yeah.
When you think exactly alike.
That's one positive.
That's the first one. We ought to mark it down, number one.
Then another thing that we are very similar growing up is the way, like when you are in school, if you do something and you get, what do you call it?
We used to get the cane. If you've done something wrong, you get caned.
You're punished.
The punishment, yeah.
If you get a punishment at school and you try and tell your parents that, Mr. So-and-so or Miss So-and-so, beat me up, whatever, the first thing they say to you is, what did you do? If you are unlucky, you might get another good hiding from your parents. And Alan experienced the same, so we get it. Right. When we talk about that, we both get it.
But you dash home to try and give your parents because in my situation, the school would phone your parents up and tell them what they'd done and what happened. So you dash home thinking, I put my word in first.
Yeah.
And then you end up getting another beating.
Because they will go with what the teacher says.
And it's the same with when you were a kid. If you've done something wrong and the policeman caught you, he'll give you a whack round the head. He'll drag you home, tell your mum what you did or your dad, and he'll give you a whack round the head.
Mm-hmm. Nowadays, you can't do it.
No, you can't do it now. But this is back in the 50s,
Right.
In them days, that's what happened. But I tell you what, it taught you one thing. You don't do anything wrong. Because you weren't only going to be punished by the police, you're going to be punished by your parents as well. So we never used to think, well, odds on no. If you're a normal thinking person, you're going to say, no, this isn't gone. I'm not going to do anything wrong.
And the other thing, we were both raised to share.
Yeah.
Like if you have aunties and uncles coming to your house, relatives, visitors, you will give up your room, your bed.
That's right. Right up until I was 19, I was giving up my bed. I actually went at Christmas, I went and slept around a friend's house because there was nowhere else to sleep in my house.
Right.
Well, not my house, it's my parents' house. That's how it was.
Right. So sharing, me growing up, same thing. Actually, at least you had like your own room in the end, right?
Yes, that's right.
I never had my own room.
Because obviously when we were little toddlers, me and my sister used to sleep together. I can't remember what age we were separated, but then we were given separate rooms, but I don't really remember that too much. Same as I don't really remember sleeping together not in the same bed, but in the same room.
Same room, but in a different bed. Yes.
But I do remember when it was, I don't know, but I do remember getting my own room. And they said, you're too old now to share. You have to have your own room.
Yes. So for me, it was different, a little bit different, because I never had my room until I moved out when I was living on my own. So we shared, it was just a girl's room until, you leave. And also I remember sharing back in the days, we would eat from one plate, like the girls would eat in this plate and the boys in this plate. and also sharing bath.
Yeah,
you
we
know.
used to share a bath.
Yeah.
Well, it was a tin tub in them days, and that my mum would fill up with hot water. Because we had then years ago, the restroom was outside the house, not internal. It was external, so you never had a bathroom. So you had a tin tub, and she'd fill it up with hot water in front of the fire and bath me and my
Funny
sister.
that you said you didn't. The restroom was outside.
Yeah.
Me growing up, it was outside too. And then you take a shower in the same where you have the toilet. That's where the shower is.
Oh, was it? Oh,
yeah,
right.
in the same room.
Same outside. Yeah, we never
outside.
There was nothing like that.
It wasn't separate.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
just a restroom, a toilet. That's
Right.
all.
Yeah. So those are some of the similarities that we find, that we talk the same language when it comes to things like that. So sharing and finances, and we are very, very aligned. So we are going to stop here, part 2. So stay tuned for part 3.